Yay, Jackie. Preparing, setting up. Here we go, everybody.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, it
I
says on
think,
YouTube.
pardon?
Yeah.
You're going to be live on YouTube and it will be recorded on YouTube and then it can come down
Yay,
off of
Jackie.
YouTube if you want it
Preparing,
to.
setting up. Here we go, everybody.
Oh, geez. Now, oh, geez.
Okay. Yeah,
I
it says on
think
YouTube.
it's on
Pardon?
YouTube.
Yeah. You're going to be live on YouTube. Okay. Can we start?
Yeah, you're starting. Okay,
Oh,
go. I'm going to stop my video.
okay. Okay. Well, welcome everybody to get your Phyllo or Phyllo on. I always say Phyllo. Jackie was saying Phyllo. Maybe it's a Canadian American thing. Who knows? Are we having a little cross issue with our other?
I feel like they would have maybe said something if we.
Okay, I thought I was hearing a little echo. Anyways, I'm Lauren Sarabia, and this is my daughter Mariah Sarabia.
Hello.
And we've joined forces here lately, quite a bit actually. I am the owner and operator of Comfort of Home Catering. I've been here in Humboldt County doing catering for probably 20, 25 years. And Mariah grew up helping me out and learning everything she could learn possible here. And then went to culinary school in Oregon. And COVID happened and she moved back here after 7 years, and which is amazing because we get to do this together.
Yes.
So I'm so excited. Want to say anything else?
Yeah. So I just recently started Humble Rise International Kitchen, and we're kind of joint forces now together. She's an amazing sous chef, working well together. And I offer my meals out of the Arcada Playhouse on Tuesday and Friday. So it's been really awesome to be noticed more and more. It's really exciting. But I'm excited to share with you guys Spanakopita today.
Shoshana, you would let me know if you're hearing an echo, right? Because I'm hearing it for sure.
I would say mute one of your devices,
It,
and then it shouldn't give you an echo.
I think it is. Okay.
Also mute one of your, there you go.
There we go.
Okay.
That's what I was doing before, but I still heard it. So I'm going to just turn it all the way down. There, maybe that's better. Okay, I think that is it. So let's get on with it. We decided to make phyllo to make spanakopita today because we love working with phyllo dough, and there's so many things you can do with it. So I know today we have a nice large chunk of time reserved for our class. Oh, you want to change that back?
No, it's still, they can still see both of this.
Okay. Sorry. So we thought that once we get everything in the oven, baking, that we would then share with you a few other ideas of things that we've made in the past, or other ideas of things we haven't made in the past. We have a little slideshow and a little video, all kinds of fun things to do with phyllo dough, which is pretty special. I'm going to start. You can see some of my ingredients here. Let's see, Mariah's moving the camera. Oh, there, that's so cool. We have two cameras. I'm going to start by getting the filling ready. And I know all of you received the recipe, so you can follow along and do it with us, or you can watch it and then make your own later on if you want to. You can also make it and freeze it before you bake it if you want to use it another time or long in the distant future. But tonight, let's make phyllo dough, and then afterwards, we have a nice chunk of time. We can sit down and enjoy our dinner together with the spanakopita and the Caesar salad that we're going to do as well. So the first thing that we do is we have our pan. I'm going to use this one right here tonight. And thank you. I love having an assistant. It's amazing. Actually, I'm not going to start with this. Sorry about that. I'm going to start with the filling. So I'm going to start with the leek. And I thought a lot of other things I had pre-cut already, but I thought with the leek, I would leave it whole and show you how I like to do it, because not everybody knows how to cut up a leek. That sounds kind of funny, but it is true. So I cut off the end and cut off right about here, because I'm going to use mostly the white part. But the tricky thing with leeks is, especially if you get them locally from a farmer, like at farmer's market, or if you go out to a CSA, they tend to have a lot of grit and dirt that stores right inside them. So I like to cut right down the length of the whole leek, not all the way, a little way, and so you can see inside. And then this one's really not dirty at all. But what I would then do is take it over to my sink and rinse out all the little dirt and grit, because you might have some. I'm going to hand it to Mariah to do that for me. So rinse that puppy out for us. And we're going to start by chopping the leek and sauteing it. So I'm going to walk over to my oven, or my stove over here, and turn on my fire.
Would you like me to start chopping this?
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and start chopping that? Great.
I'll slice here, nice little rounds.
Look at those chef skills.
Go.
And one other thing I wanted to say also is that I know the recipe calls for spinach, so a spinach spanakopita. But in preparing for this class, I realized, oh my goodness, it's springtime and nettles are abounding everywhere. So this morning, my husband and I went out for a little walk in Blue Lake, and we picked a bunch of nettles that we will mix together with the spinach. So I will show you what I've got going with that too. And feel free later if you want to add nettles into yours. I'll talk a little bit more about nettles in a bit. So, okay, right? You want to take this over there and saute it up?
Saute, yes.
Yep. Perfect. Excuse me. So in with the leeks, we're going to have a bunch of other fillings. So I'm going to start here. This is my feta cheese. Mariah bought us one that already had a little bit of seasonings in it. Some beautiful, what's in it?
Sun-dried tomatoes and basil, garlic a little bit.
You can see it's so pretty. So I'm just going to crumble the rest of it. Most of it I already had crumbled.
Should we do this?
So I'm going to do that. And Jackie kind of flashed on screen her beautiful spinach ball that she got all the moisture out of. So Mariah's going to do that next, so that we can add that to our bowl with the cheese, and everything else will go in there. So I'm going to let Mariah
those
show you.
leeks just cook away. They take a little while to get down to that kind of caramelized texture. But here's our spinach in our strainer here. And I'm just going to try to get as much liquid out of it by just pushing down on the strainer initially. You gotta see that good green juice there. And then we'll take a paper towel when we feel like we can't squeeze that much anymore.
I did squeeze a bunch out earlier too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty good already. I'm gonna take a paper towel here. Grab my spinach. It's important because we don't want that much moisture in the spanakopita. We'll definitely make it a little bit, maybe the quality of the crispness would be affected. Let's bring it back over here. Woo!
Ooh, good squeezing.
Yeah, get it off. Don't be afraid to use your muscles. And then we can take it out. Beautiful. A little green on that paper towel. Now it's ready to go for the filling.
So you're squeezing it out because you don't want soggy spanakopita. That's the main reason.
Nobody wants
The
that.
drier, the better. It'll be much more firm when you have your whole casserole done. So here's my cheese again. I'm going to add the spinach right there. And break it up a little bit. And then I'm going to take the nettle and show you what I'm doing with that. Remember, you don't have to use nettle, but it was just a bonus for today. I'm actually really excited about it. One of my favorite things is nettle tea. So I steamed our nettle leaves today, and then I got to drink the little bit that was in the bottom. And it's a really earthy, I don't know, it's one of the most earthy teas that I know of. It's one of my favorites. And I love to drink it fresh, especially like today was the first time of the year that I actually got to use it. That was pretty special. Let me get the nettle.
Can you bring it for you?
Mariah's going to bring it for me. I'm still not quite used to having this wonderful assistant here.
Here we go.
Okay.
Move that over.
So here's our nettles. Here's the leaves. And you're going, wow, she's touching the nettle. Oh my gosh, it's stinging. Once you cook or dry nettle, the sting is gone. Those little hairy parts that are making it really stinging, they disappear once you cook it. So I'm going to take it out of here. I'm going to chop it up a bit. Right here. You can take this back.
Thank you.
There you go. I like the leaves, but I love the stems too. They're like oh, I don't know. They're really soft. You can see how it just pulls away. And I just steamed this until it was wilted a little bit. But they're very succulent and they give it a little bit more texture. So I'm just going to roughly cut it. And it's just going to blend right in with the spinach. I didn't put in the full amount of spinach that the recipe called for, so I could add in the nettle. Beautiful green color, deep, deep green. Chop this up. So nettle's a really amazing medicinal herb, and we're so lucky that it does grow wild here. You want to pick it anywhere that it's not growing, like near a highway or where there'd be any cars, where it would get contaminated from the fumes and just the pollution everywhere. Nettle's used for osteoarthritis. It's used for aches and pains. It's used for allergies, diabetes. It's got a wealth of reasons that people would use nettle. And the way to use it is like I'm going to do it today, or we're going to do it today, in a lasagna or a spanakopita or a casserole. People would use it as in soup. And obviously people drink it as a tea quite a bit.
I'll show you tea.
My tea is very dark green. I don't know if you can see it in there.
Very fine.
Yeah, really dark.
Those leeks are about ready here.
The thing with nettle also, and I did make this little video for you because it does sting when it's fresh. So the video will show you later how I went ahead and picked it wearing gloves, and I used the scissors and delicately dropped it into a bag. So I really didn't touch it with my bare hands at all because I didn't want to get stung. So far we have feta cheese, spinach, and nettle in here. And I'm going to add all the other ingredients that you may or may not have already to put in. I can't hear anybody out there, so I don't know if I'm going too fast or if you have questions or not.
You're going fast, but I'm keeping up.
Okay.
That's Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie.
You're welcome.
It's hard not to have that response from people.
Our leeks aren't quite ready.
Our leeks aren't quite ready yet.
Okay,
That's okay.
Ours are still simmering over here.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and add everything else. A lot of people make spanakopita very simply. They don't do the artichoke hearts that we're going to add. That was one of Mariah's suggestions. She's always looking for yummy new things to add.
Little additions.
So I'm assuming if we do the artichoke hearts, we don't do the water as well. We take the water out, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I figured.
Drain them for sure. Hey, Ryan, would you give me a bigger bowl? Because I feel like this is just a little bit tight here. Yeah, that's funny. I was making sourdough chocolate chip cookies last night. And when you make sourdough, you use water. So they're like, well, that's too much liquid in the cookies. So the recipe had me cook off the liquid in the butter to alleviate that. So all the solids were left. So it was like, oh, that's an interesting concept. You have to balance everything out. Okay, here's a big bowl.
One more question. Is this a good time to preheat the oven to 425?
Absolutely. Thank you. Go ahead and do that, Mariah. Would you do ours as well?
Definitely.
Thank you. So make sure you have a big enough bowl. You can see how beautiful this is.
Lots of different goodies. Should we be adding these olives now?
Okay, Mariah, help me put the Kalamata olives in it.
Kalamata olives.
We cut ours up in the
Cuisinart.
Cuisinart.
What if we don't have one of those?
You,
Oh, go ahead.
you easily can just chop them up into like a small dice.
Yeah, you can see here, it was really quite tiny. But you don't have to make them as small. I mean, if you like a little bit more of a bite,
Yeah.
you can. This will add a little bit of salt. In fact, I will probably not put a lot of salt in here.
There's a question in the chat. Are we going to use a 13 by 9 pan?
Yeah, you see how much filling we have here? So that works really well. Or if you have a smaller pan, mine's not quite 13 by 9. Let's see, what is the one that I'm going to use here? Mine will just have a little bit thicker filling. Does it say it on there? I don't even think it says. This one doesn't say, but it is a little bit smaller than a 13 by 9. So mine will be a little bit higher. Okay, I have some green onions, scallions that I chopped up. Stir that up. Here's some garlic right here. Oh, is your computer doing something right? Oh, there we go. The garlic I had all pre-cut already.
Greek yogurt.
One thing I love to do is add Greek yogurt into it. It will give it a more of a creamy texture than if we just had the cheese. You can
I have
see
a question about the artichokes. I'm still back at the artichokes myself.
Okay.
Um,
Are you chopping
yeah, I'm just a little behind because I didn't have everything pre-chopped. So
Okay.
that's perhaps my my thing. But so for the artichokes, do you need them to be really small and mushy or just minced?
No, just not even minced. They can be chopped. Here, see, I left some of them even a little bigger.
Okay,
I
great.
want to be able to detect them when I take a bite.
Okay, here, this maybe I'll just leave my mic on because I seem to be having many questions.
Yeah, that's fine. I love having some interaction here.
If anybody else wants to say anything, they can raise their hand, and we can have you speak as well.
If I were to push on the view gap button, will I see everybody there?
Well, that's a very good
How
question.
many artichokes, cup?
All of those, all the artichokes.
Let me try it and see what happens here. Gallery. I know.
Oh, no.
I just don't know how many people are here. So it's hard
You
to
don't
say.
really need to.
I think I will go back to speaker view.
There are 13 people here total,
Okay, great.
including you two, so 11. Do you want me to tell you who they are?
That's okay. Yeah, I didn't know at all. Thank you.
And then we're gonna add the Greek yogurt, right?
We'll add the Greek yogurt.
Pour that right in there, and it's a plum.
See what I'm
That
doing
more
here.
creamy texture.
Not a lot of creamy, but between the yogurt and the eggs, it will be a little creamier.
And then,
How are those scallions coming?
leeks.
Excuse me, the leeks. You already have the scallions. How are your leeks coming, everybody?
Okay. Whew. Can we slow down just 1 second?
Yeah.
Great.
That's what our leeks are looking like. Maybe
Yeah.
another minute or
You could
so.
show everybody a little bit better so they can really see.
They're almost getting a little translucent, but they still maybe could go for a few minutes. Takes
Well,
a while.
they are going to cook more inside
That's true.
the oven as well. I think they're pretty perfect, actually.
Okay, well, we can just set them off to the side for a minute until we catch up.
No, you can go ahead and put them in here,
Okay.
and they'll just put theirs in when they're ready.
We have a request from everybody to, slow down a little, please.
Oh, okay.
Just a bit. Show us your lovely voices.
How many onions?
How many scallions?
I use 3.
And then how are you sauteing the scallions as well?
No, I did not. I just sliced them up thin.
Okay.
Okay.
I used 1 leek and 3 scallions. And I used the whole scallion, the white and the green. Sometimes people don't use the white part, but I never understood why not.
I'm over here chopping.
Barb's over there
Crazy.
chopping as well. So yogurt, we're putting in 3/4 of a cup of yogurt.
That's correct.
Okay. Thanks for bearing with me on the.
No, that's fine.
Ask away.
I'm gonna have Mariah measure up a couple things here for us. Our recipe's over there.
How's everyone else doing out there? Do we have any questions from people? Let me check the chat.
Now my chat says there's 20 chats. Is that really possible?
Well, those are from all day.
Okay.
So your chats will be from all day because
Okay.
this webinar goes all day. Stephanie Parrott says, what's the difference between scallions and green onions?
I think they're the same exact vegetable.
Okay.
I grew up calling them green onions, and more recently I've been calling them scallions. Did you learn any different in culinary
That's
school?
all I really learned. Like they're very similar, same thing. Depends on where you go. They call them different.
Yeah.
Like aubergine and eggplant kind of thing?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, Mariah's going to add in
1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Nice bulk buy.
Nutmeg. A
Nutmeg.
teaspoon.
That's a lot. A teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay. What?
teaspoon of nutmeg. Nutmeg's really lovely in custardy things. It just, I don't know, it gives it.
Kind of enhances the flavor, Emma.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Like, do you put nutmeg in your tomato sauces?
I don't usually use nutmeg in it. Do you?
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna put half because
No.
I have so much.
No, a lot of people put a little nutmeg in bechamel sauces, or pretty much even like macaroni and cheese, or like Alfredo sauce. It's all very similar. Just a pinch of nutmeg there kind of brings out that like richness really beautifully. So I'm gonna just put that right in here, kind of try to scatter it around.
More filling now.
How much filling, like, did you use the same amount of filling that you put in the recipe?
Yes, I did. I followed the recipe too, except I substituted a little of the nettle, but everything else is exactly as I wrote.
Okay, so we have the exact same amount as you, even though it looks like you have way more.
I definitely followed the recipe because I wanted it to look similar to what you guys are doing.
Maybe it's just a dimension.
It could be. It's kind of a big bowl.
And then we're going to add dill. If it's fresh dill, you're going to be adding 2 tablespoons. And if it's dried dill, it kind of brings out the potency more. We're going to be adding 1 tablespoon.
Okay.
I'm going to just pour that in there. Scatter, 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 scatter.
Ooh, it smells really good. I'm sure everybody else is starting to smell good too.
I know, I'm getting hungry already.
I know Mariah's like, we might not be ready for dinner, Mom, by that early. And I think she's probably going to
I'm like,
change her mind.
okay, I'll be ready at 5.
What about dill seed instead of a dill weed?
No, I think you would want dill weed, not seeds. You don't want that texture mainly of the seeds. And the seeds are really much stronger flavor.
You would probably want to do like 1 teaspoon versus 1 tablespoon if you were going to do the seeds. You don't want probably a lot of that, the seedy texture. So that would probably be just less is more in that.
I probably wouldn't use the seeds at all.
Yeah, but if that's what you have, make do.
You know, I think I would probably do without it even if I didn't have.
About it, because that's what I said. I don't. Someone said, Stephanie Parrott, I don't have dill. Can I sub something else?
You know, I think I would just go without it, or you know, you could do any of the Italian herbs if you wanted, Mediterranean herbs, you know, parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, oregano. I think I would set one of those in.
I think parsley would be a great addition.
Parsley.
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, fresh.
And a lot of people will even scatter like parsley on top of their spanakopita as a little garnish after it's cooked.
Someone just, Stephanie asked again, what about the lemon?
The lemon I'm doing right now. I have my lemon juice.
This is from 1 lemon.
Well, mine were very little lemons.
Yeah.
The recipe calls for
The juice and zest from 1 lemon.
the lemon that I used.
One lemon. Okay. So you have like a technique for juicing that you use that you could show us?
Yeah, Mariah will show you.
I feel like these are one of the best gadgets that we have in our house. It's just so easy and convenient. So you just pop it, you cut it open.
Show 'em how to do it.
Let's just show you how to do it. I'll use it for some water.
Nice.
Cut it in the middle. And it's nice because it catches the seeds too, right in here. So you just close it up. And then you squeeze that lemon. All that good juice. And then you can just discard or put it down your disposal. Sometimes lemon's sometimes good for disposal.
Rub it on your cutting board.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't have a lemon squeezer, what I used to do is I'd cut the lemon in half and I would squeeze it into my hand so that I would catch the seeds. This little bowl is a little small. Here, I'll use this. So I would just squeeze it with my right hand and it just kind of dribbles right through in between my fingers. And you'll see that I have the seeds left in my hand. So,
I bet you don't do that when you have cuts in your hand, though.
no, I don't. Sometimes you forget, right?
Yeah.
That's nice to
So
have a
you
look.
I've got 4 seeds in my hand and no seeds in my little bowl. So that's what I would do if I didn't have my nifty little lemon squeezer, which I love. I also have, a more of an industrial one too, because
Where you
sometimes I
just
do
lay
a
it
lot.
down and it does it electrically. It's great. See here, we're adding half a teaspoon of black pepper. So I've got my black pepper right here. I'm gonna add it to my bowl. Scatter,
Can I ask a question before I veer off into black pepper? Should we zest the lemon before we squeeze it?
Oh my goodness, you're right. I should have said that. Yes, you need to zest it first. Otherwise, this would be really hard to zest. You know how mushy it gets once you squeeze it already.
So do you guys have let's grab our man.
We're going to show you what we like to use for zesting.
Show her.
My favorite kitchen tool.
It's called a mic.
Yay!
I was
Scored.
I was just gonna
We
show
got one
that.
of those too.
Yay! Yeah, a microplane. Hey, we're twins.
So, and these come in different sizes too. I have one that's a little bit thicker that I use for cheese.
Parmesan cheese and
Parmesan.
pasta.
But this one, I don't know if it says on there, if you were to go buy one of these things, it doesn't say the size. Well, maybe. Does it say on there? No, I don't think it says the size on there anywhere.
Yeah, two
But
different
yeah,
great
you can
sizes.
see the difference right here. And I think they have like 4 or 5
Of
different
course,
sizes.
we have more than one.
When Mariah moved back home, she brought everything she owns with her. So we have a lot of duplication going on in our kitchen these days, which is really fun, but trying to find a place to put all that
It
stuff.
would be nice when I move out to find it all again.
So,
Animals too.
Oh, I wish I did. No animals this time around.
we're sharing our dog.
Yeah.
So after you zest, this is what you're going to end up with. Very delicate little lemon zest like this, kind of feathery. And you just want to shake it in there.
Scatter about.
Pepper in. Okay.
It smells so good.
Is half a cup of parsley too much to put in as
Fresh.
a substitute? Fresh parsley?
No, I don't think you can put too much in.
I think that's perfect, especially because it's not like you're packing it in like brown sugar. It's kind of airy.
It's pretty too.
Yeah,
All
it's
the
going to blend
colors.
all in there with the greens.
It's still alive. I just picked it.
So Mariah's going to put in some salt.
A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I like to use pink Himalayan salt.
What other salts will do?
All the salts. There's many types out there.
1/4 teaspoon, you said?
Yep.
1/4 teaspoon.
You've got some other things in there that are a little salty already, like the olives. And I think the artichokes have some salt in them too.
Did you put the eggs in already?
No, that's the last thing I'm going to do. And I think that's where we're at now. Let me look at my list here so I don't forget anything.
Is there any garlic in it?
I did, yes. We have put spinach and the nettle,
Oh, we need 3
the
garlic.
Kalamata olives, the feta cheese and the leek, the Greek yogurt, 2 cloves of garlic that I had pre-minced. And actually, I wanted to say something about that.
Okay.
I have been reading this amazing book. I think it's right here. Where did I put it? Oh. Yes, right here. right here. This book called Eating on the Wild Side by Joe Robinson. And I am loving this book. It tells me all kinds of things about most of the vegetables that we can get here and a lot of fruits. And one thing I learned in here, she says to cut your garlic or chop your garlic before you do anything else, because you want it to sit on the counter for about 15 minutes before you would add it to a saute pan or anything else. It takes that much time for the phytonutrients to absorb the air and to give you their most benefit. So I've been really working on that, trying to get my garlic ready before I do anything else. Otherwise, it's just wonderful flavor. But if you want to get all the other benefits from garlic, that's a good place to do that.
Do you recommend mincing rather than pressing it?
I think the same product ends up definitely kind of mushes it more if you use like a press for it.
To get more flavor, the more it's chopped up. So if it's minced, you have a little bit more flavor than if you were just slicing it or chopping it.
I did both.
Yeah, all your bases are
Have a
covered.
little sip of beer.
But anyways, that is a great book, and I've learned a lot from Joe Robinson.
Now we're gonna
Now I'm going to go ahead and put in my egg. This is 2 eggs that I've already stirred up. It's beautiful and yellow because it's from a friend of mine's chickens.
Nice.
We are so lucky here, everybody. We get all this incredible food right out of the fields from our farmers, and neighbors perhaps have chickens, or you might have chickens.
And this thing.
I started trading one of my neighbors for a loaf of sourdough every week for a dozen eggs. And it's been great.
Can I ask a question about the butter? Just because it feels like we're getting towards the butter phyllo phase of the
Right, that's what we're going to do after this. So you can take your cube of butter and melt it. We're going to use that a lot. We're going to use that entire cube up, in fact.
the more butter the better, I feel like, with spanakopita. All the layers
on that, Mariah.
What happened to the butter?
I don't know where the butter went.
There was that like a half. Did you have it?
If you didn't plan ahead and you don't have butter, you can do this with olive oil.
How can you not have butter in your house?
Here's on.
I have done that for a non-dairy spanakopita before.
Put it in the pan or in the microwave or what?
I think we could melt it in the microwave, right?
Yeah,
That's what I did.
you can always use your grate, a little Pyrex glass container, and pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds until it's fully melted.
So before we get to that, you can see, I'm sure you guys are probably at this stage too. I'm hoping you are. It's really nice and moist now. And it'll be a delicious, lovely filling. I'm going to have a little taste, actually. Oh my goodness. I can eat it like this.
Maybe we can make little pancakes out of that and have that for dinner.
That lemon, really, you really get that bite of lemon.
A little extra pop.
That's good. I think we could use more nutmeg.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of the flavor of nutmeg coming through, but I do have a little bit at the end, which is, I think, what I really am aiming for. Just that that finishing flavor is nutmeg. It's a subtle flavor. I'm going to take my filling and just put it here on the side. And Mariah is going to show you some special tricks for how to work with the phyllo. I mean, that's really why we wanted to do this class, because a lot of people are intimidated by phyllo dough, because if you've done it before, sometimes it gets so dried out that it's impossible to work with. If you let it get dried out, it actually will just crumble into nothing, little dust balls. So Mariah has a couple of techniques that really seem to work well. And I'm going to turn it over to my daughter.
Here we go. Clean up our station here. Get ready to.
Does anybody have any other questions about the filling, though, before we go on?
What'd you say, Lauren?
Any filling questions before we move on to the
We did the butter.
No, I feel like I've run a marathon though. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for the phyllo.
Sorry.
Flip our cutting board over. Oh, and a fresh new start.
That's one technique I hadn't done.
So I got my baking sheets. This is a nice bigger one. It has all the sides. Let's put a piece of plastic wrap over the baking sheet, because phyllo really needs to stay as moist as possible because it's so thin. It dries out and it cracks and it makes it harder to work with if you don't have moisture for it too. So I will have my mom cut open the phyllo while I go to the sink and dampen a paper towel, and I'm going to be wringing it out. And I'll show you what it looks like after I dampen it.
This paper towel technique she's doing is something I had never done before. And I've done a lot of phyllo, but I like this idea. So take your phyllo dough out of your box if you haven't done that yet. You'll have a nice tight roll. I just cut off the end. Usually if I'm making something and I'm not going to use all of it, I'm careful to keep the skinny little bag intact because I'll want to restore any extras in it. But today we are going to, I think we're going to end up using the whole thing. Well, depending on which brand you bought, actually. The brand that I bought will use all of it, and I bought Kronos. And I did notice that there's not as many sheets in this brand as most of the other ones, which was a good thing to know.
So here I have my wet paper towel. You don't want it to be drenched because you don't want the water to go really that much onto the phyllo.
Not at all, I think.
Yeah, not drenched, very like just a little damp. So I'm gonna pull it apart here. I'm gonna set it right on top of the plastic wrap. And then I'm gonna take my phyllo dough. It's got a nice piece of plastic kind of keeping it all together here. And roll it out.
And it will be folded in half when you're finished rolling it.
Mm-hmm. Just like this, very thin pieces here. I'm gonna scoot. Stuck on there. Teamwork. I'm gonna lift that up.
Do you want me to lift it up? So you're gonna put your phyllo dough right on top of the paper towel?
Yes, right on top of the paper towel. Good boy. It's okay. There we go. Gonna lay it out here. Woo. And I'm gonna take my plastic wrap, or this beautiful piece of plastic works too.
The plastic that your phyllo dough is wrapped in is a nice thick plastic.
You just want to make sure that doesn't really feel the air at all here.
So what is this that you're working with?
And now I'm gonna cover it with a wet, like a, what do you call it? Like a flour sack, a washcloth, or just a washcloth in general.
Not a washcloth, a dish towel.
A dish towel, there's the words. Put it right over here.
Now, is that wet, Ryan?
This is a little damp. Same thing that I did with the paper towel. And now we'll be ready to just flip this over here and grab a piece as we work.
How's everybody doing with that? Because I know it's a little tricky. And I also know that sometimes sometimes that happens.
It happens.
So, and you can use those that are torn. But the more intact they are, obviously, the easier they are to work with. But that will happen sometimes.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Jackie, I think you're on mute.
I know, I muted me because maybe I was swearing, but maybe I wasn't.
Why not? That's part of the fun.
I have stars in my eyes.
Were you able to get a covering on yours?
Well, yeah, I did. I put the towel underneath. I don't know if you can see. There's a towel underneath because I don't have plastic wrap. Okay. And then this plastic on top.
Yeah, you really want to keep your phyllo dough completely covered with plastic.
So or a towel on top of that again.
Yes, but that little bit of damp will keep it. I mean, you have a lot of pieces of phyllo dough that you have to work through, and it's going to take a while to get down there.
So I'll get another towel and put it damply on top of the plastic. There's a towel underneath,
right.
Then the phyllo, then the plastic, then a towel.
Yeah, right. But I also see is that phyllo that's on the counter. You don't want anything wet to touch the phyllo.
The towel is underneath the phyllo.
Okay. It looked like, from what I could see, that there was some phyllo exposed, but maybe I'm not seeing it right.
Oh, I can show you again. Here it is.
The towel. Oh, okay, that's your towel.
That's my towel. This is my phyllo. This is my plastic. This is my piece of phyllo, so all you people can feel happy.
That's great.
It's bound to happen first.
Hey, you can't say that.
Yeah, I would really love to see how a bunch of little old Greek women make phyllo dough. I can't
Right.
even
That
imagine
would be an awesome video.
how you would roll something that thin.
Stephanie Parrott asks, one piece of phyllo or all of it?
All of it, the whole stack.
The whole shooting match.
Because you're going to take one piece at a time out from underneath the damp covering.
Are you doing a towel?
No. I was cleaning the dishes.
Great.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, hold up.
I think what we could do, Mariah, is move this down and then we can work
Yeah,
on
that
that.
sounds great. Let me help here.
Okay.
And we can
This over, stand right there. We want people to be able to see us listen.
Is it helpful if I leave my camera and my sound on?
You're fine.
Okay. Thanks.
Can you
Like
see
to know that I'm fine.
Can you see my whole dish that I'm using?
You can see it right there.
Is it this?
Yeah, that's perfect size.
Thanks, Mariah. I like to be perfect.
Perfect answer there.
Always perfect.
So everybody's butter should be all melted.
Yep.
A pastry brush really comes in handy. Does everybody have a pastry brush? I'm not sure. I wrote that down actually.
How about one of these little silicone ones?
They're okay. They're not as good as these other old-fashioned ones, but they do work. And if you don't have one, I would just take a teaspoon and drizzle it on and then use your hand to smooth it all around. You're gonna want the dough to get completely covered, each piece with butter.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe use use the other one there. The silicone ones you just have to be a lot more gentle
I
with.
would use that one.
Good.
I don't like the silicone ones. I don't know what the big deal is about
I
them.
just think sometimes it's easier to clean, people think, but it is a harder surface.
For the barbecue.
Yeah. So I'm gonna dip my brush in the butter and I'm gonna get my pan covered with butter for starts.
Yes.
So just spread it in that pan. Doesn't have to be real thick, but you do want a nice covering on the sides and on the bottom.
Mm.
We're gonna build this so it's gonna come up. It won't come up to the top of your pan, but it will come up probably at least halfway or maybe a little bit more than that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing out there? Hands up. Use your emoji button.
Please stop me anytime you have a question, because this is where it's gonna get a little tricky.
Okay.
Okay, let's lift
So
this
nice
up.
and slow for us.
And I know I have an assistant here and you might not, so I'm really thankful that I do. But I've done a lot of this stuff without any help. So you're gonna delicately take your first piece of phyllo dough, which is on top. Can you pull that back a little further? And take it from the end closest to you, and you're gonna separate it and lift up on the first piece. On the short side, it's easier.
Easy.
And pull it up and away. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, I don't think I could see that, right?
You can see it. Show
So here's my first piece.
Uh-oh.
And it's okay, nobody's gonna see all those holes.
See, look at all those holes.
You're gonna have a lot of layers. So you're gonna lay it, center it in your pan, so you'll have some that comes up on the edges, and recover the other stuff.
You can cover it each time.
It is a very fast working thing. And then you're gonna get your butter and it's tricky. It totally is tricky.
Look at that. Look at this. Can everybody see this? Just so everybody understands what I'm going through.
Lay them in there, it's fine.
Okay.
You're gonna wanna lay it in there and get it kind of flat, because you're gonna wanna cover it with butter.
Okay. I like to cover most things with butter, so that's great.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you're gonna have this part that's on the edges, and you can roll that into your pan. I hope people can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, they can see what you're doing.
So I'm just gonna roll it in, but I'm gonna leave mine up on the sides. See how I'm doing that? Kind of tucking it in. I don't know if you can see that real well.
Yeah, you can see it right here.
How's it going, Jackie?
It's going really great. I'm getting from this angle as well.
You'll get to hang of it more and more because you have a lot of opportunities here to do that.
Great. Okay. Uh-oh.
So that's what mine's looking like right now, my first one.
Nice.
Gonna put a little bit more butter right here.
More butter.
More butter?
More butter. It's a lot of butter.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go to the second piece.
Okay. I am too then.
Oh, look at how she did it. It's a little ripped, though, huh?
Yeah?
She goes up.
Maybe, Jackie, I'm not sure if you're lifting it from the skinnier side or the wider side.
Skinnier side.
Yeah, that makes it easier.
Like she did.
Gently lift it there
On the wide side.
on the skinny side.
It's skinny.
For me, it's easier to handle the skinnier part. There you go. You've got it.
Yeah. Guess it would be.
Oh dear.
Here, I'll cover
So
it.
yours might be, it looks to me like maybe it got a little wet. It's not coming apart as
Maybe
easily.
it got a little wet.
Well, it doesn't look like it's coming apart real easily. Is that correct?
Oh, there you go.
Correct. There we go.
Nice little sheet there coming off.
Coming. I'm gonna go from this side.
You know, and if it's easier, I haven't done this, but you could easily cut everything in half and then just lift up half at a time. If that were easier for people.
Well, that worked a little better. Oh, wait.
Great in-person class to do.
We need to help one another.
Yeah.
Hands on.
Yeah, and cover it up and put it in your pan and butter it up again and then tuck it back in. When I do this for a big crowd, I use really big pans so I don't have this tucking issue because it's filling the whole pan. I have to say, I really do like this phyllo dough, this Kronos. I don't know, the texture seems to be quite nice.
I want to know how many people bought their phyllo at Wildberries. Maybe just put your name in the chat if you bought your phyllo at Wildberries.
I often buy mine there, but because I do use it a lot, I'll tell you the cheapest place to buy it is cash and carry.
Yes. I just went to Wildberries and there was only like 2 things there.
Oh, that could be it.
Everybody's gonna see
I was wondering,
So you guys are just going to keep going. We're going to do, I think, like 8 layers. Because that will give it a nice base to hold everything in.
Here it is.
So just keep on, keeping on.
Keep on buttering it up.
Yeah, good now. Good
Look.
one.
Oh, wow.
There you go. That's great.
Working out.
Thank you.
And you won't even be able to tell that it was broken.
Exactly.
That's one of the beautiful things about this dish.
Oh, no,
You
Lord.
really screw it up sometimes and nobody knows.
Still gonna taste good no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's got butter.
Oh, that what could be bad, right?
So you do 8 layers of this?
Yes. I'm on my 3rd one. Right, you want to do the next layer?
Well, I just got a little butter on my computer. That's not a good place for butter.
Yeah, the computer doesn't really need
I get it.
My sous chef.
I'm gonna let Mariah give it a try here.
Yeah, evenly coat, a little puddle of butter right here. Ooh, yeah.
Once we have this whole thing finished and in the oven, Mariah's gonna demonstrate another technique with the phyllo dough.
Nice little like almost appetizer version of spaghetti. Great one for a little party. I also use this technique to make samosas this week.
Ooh.
Fun. Saffron.
So when you do these 8 layers,
Mhm.
then do you do like a layer of filling and then 8 layers more?
We're not gonna do 8 layers more. We'll do the layer of filling and then I think we're gonna do like 4 or 5 more layers.
Okay.
You could do all of them if you wanted. You could do 8. But you don't really need to.
You don't need all that.
about that filling that we're gonna have. Have you ever had baklava that's just like layers and layers, like
Yeah.
20 layers? It's really beautiful.
It is.
And this is how they do it.
That's why it's labor intensive. Oh, it's nuts.
It's where you're supposed to like talk about things. You know, like, whoa, did you see Marjorie at the store the other day?
It's a Canadian thing.
She's
Because-
looking like she's gonna give birth any day now. We'll have to like make that all happen.
Jackie, are you gonna take a vacation after this week?
Well, I am gonna take a vacation eventually, but not after this week.
That was a marathon, honey.
It was pretty awesome. But yeah, no, I have things to do this week. I'm gonna try and my goal is to get away in May.
Oh, good.
Amelia is graduating from college, so
Oh, lovely.
I'm trying to get out to New York to see her. So that's my sort of road vacation. See if I
You gonna
can.
drive there then?
Pardon?
You gonna drive there?
That's my plan at the moment. My plan is to drive there via New Mexico.
Oh, wow, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, and maybe, you know, try and take a month.
Oh, good for you. You
I'll
deserve
still be working while I'm gone.
You'll be home.
Well, good thing there's Zoom, Barb.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Good thing there's Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom and FaceTime and
Time. Yeah.
There's always a way to stay connected now. That's one thing we've learned through this.
oh, I just ripped this one. That's okay.
So we're on, I think, our fifth layer.
Yeah, starting to look
Check that in.
thick here.
6. I think we're at 6.
Ooh, you guys are good. Maybe we're at 6 too.
Anybody out there have anything to say? Is it confusing to have my camera here?
6. Maybe we're all at 6. Let's say that.
Okay, great. Maybe I'll just turn my camera off.
Now we're on 7. Go, go. And butter, of course.
And you have your oven on to 425, right?
425. Get it preheated.
It does cook up really fast. The nice thing is that, like, if you make it and then you have leftovers, you want to reheat it, but you wouldn't want to put it in the microwave because you don't want it to get soggy. You want it to be crisp, and it crisps up beautifully in the oven for reheating. Mariah made a couple extra spanakopita's the other night, and I put them in my toaster oven, and they.
Wow, you just had a crazy thing go on where you were like, I put it in my toaster oven.
Yeah, that wasn't my deal.
I believe number 8 is on here. You ready? No, this is 8
Oh,
right
okay.
here.
We're at our last one.
And I can help when it gets to a place that's stuck.
Okay.
Wait.
No hurry, everybody. Take your time.
Go at your own pace.
7. Uh-oh, I think this is 2.
Uh-oh, give me that. Here, let me look.
They kind of look like dryer sheets.
There's no strict, reason why you have to do this many layers. I mean, sometimes I've done more, sometimes I've done a little less, but I do think this holds everything up nicely.
Good crunch at the
If you're
end.
discounting, then don't worry about it. Yeah, it will be very crispy.
You gonna have enough butter? Looks like you need some more.
Looks like I need more butter. Have you seen those sheets for the washing machine that look like Phyllo pastry, sorry?
I have.
I hate those things.
Do you?
Oh.
Have you tried them?
Washing. Well, there's the ones actually now eco-friendly. Literally just like sheet of soap for the dishwasher, for the laundry.
Oh, I don't know this.
Yeah, they look really cool. You get a package of them and
Oh, I thought you meant like the things you put in the dryer.
That smell a lot. Yeah. Like that's,
no.
Those are, so
You
you're
don't
trying
like
something different. I don't like those, but maybe I'll try the stove sheet.
Yeah, I wanted
Yeah,
to try
great.
it. Has anyone out there tried those? Anyone out there in Zoom land?
Like become a home ec class.
No. I think this is number 8 for me. Not to
I
brag,
only
but
had just
look, you're
about
right.
the same thing. So I'm just going to keep moving forward. If you still have a couple layers to do, just watch me. I'm just literally going to fill this up with the filling. But take your time doing your others. Looks like a lot of filling, but it will be perfect for the inside of this. So I'm gonna just pack it in there actually. Ooh, yummy.
Ooh, so moist and good.
When you pack it, you do want it to be pretty even on top because you don't want it, to be too lumpy. So run your spoon or whatever utensil you're using to spread it, your spatula, along the side there, along the surface, excuse me. And really, you could be creating, more and more creative. Mariah's going to make a similar dish next week, I believe, and she's going to use sun-dried tomatoes and
Artichoke hearts and feta and probably a little bit of Greek yogurt just to stick it together, and garlic. And
so no spinach.
no spinach. Just going to be like a little additive thing to my mezza plate. Mediterranean menu next week.
Okay.
Great. Oh, I actually need, can you keep me, remember I wanted to do a little example.
Yeah, we'll have extras here. You will have plenty. So I was wrong when I said this is only going to come up about halfway. On my dish, it's coming up quite a bit because I'm using a little bit smaller.
I need some of the filling to be able to do.
Oh, you want some of the filling? Oh, she wants a little of filling. She was going to do a demo. Is that enough?
Let's see here.
Or you want a little bit more?
Just like a tiny bit more.
Okay, thank you. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's right. I need filling to show the whole imagery of it.
Great. Okay. So I'm going to spread this out, and then I'm going to continue, and I'm going to put, I think, like 4 or 5 more pieces on top.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to tuck these down too?
I am. Thank you. Okay, so that's what it looks like all filled. It's beautiful, really.
It smells so good in here right now.
I'm just going to take the edges of the bottom layers and just lay them on top here like this. You will have no idea when you're eating it that they're even there.
Yeah. Skies, nicely.
Okay, so then it looks like that.
Beautiful.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do a few more layers on top.
There's that number 1 layer.
Okay. Close it back up. Kind of get the
When you put it over, do you just fold the top layers under?
I'm gonna just leave them hanging over for right now, and then at the end I'll flip them back all on top.
Okay, let me go from the top here. Cora's gonna do some layers for us. There you go.
Good. Let the whole family get the hang of it.
Yeah, especially those that you want to cook for you.
Yeah, I can say that I think you've been enjoying me being home, so that you don't have to cook as much.
I take that back, everybody. I am not going to wait to the end to flip it because then they'll get too dried out.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it right now. Otherwise, they'll just get so dry that they'll just crumble in my hand.
You
So I'm going to do what I did before and just tuck them back. So you can envision this. If I were doing a pan half the size, I could take my phyllo dough and I'll show you what I have in mind. I could just do half and then butter and then refold the other half.
Oh, I see. We want to get the butter on quick though, right? So it doesn't dry out.
Yeah, I've done it that way before. It just depends on what I'm doing, what I'm making. So I would take, like this. This is my full piece.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I would kind of line it up at the end, so there's nothing to tuck in over here on this side.
Right.
And then I would butter it up.
You gotta butter it up, Cora.
On the edges.
Everywhere. The whole thing.
Butter,
Lots of
butter.
butter. Yeah.
I would butter that.
There you go.
And then I would take it and the part hanging over, I would flip it back like that. So I've also done it where like then the next piece I'll bring it to here. Let's show you.
So we're gonna do 4 on top.
We're gonna do 4. So I've done 2 now.
We're doing a layer of potato.
Doing 4 of them.
Here, maybe I should give you some more butter.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have just the perfect amount of butter. You guys have never not done this, so you might have used up more butter and need a little extra.
Do you think we're gonna do
I don't know. I don't know. Ask Jesse. Let me get here. There we go. I must say that I took my frozen phyllo and I put it in the microwave for 12 seconds.
And it was fun.
And it worked. It seemed to work okay.
Really good to know. I've not done that.
Because I
Really overdo that, so that's great news.
bought it on my way home from the theater today. So,
I'm glad to hear that, Jackie. I haven't done that.
no. Do you have to put butter in between the edges? Like when
I am because I have a little extra butter. And I already
Exercise.
have one more layer to go.
Okay.
Actually, I guess I should leave a little for Mariah's demo though.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, this is my last piece here.
Okay. I think we're at 2.
we have 2 layers?
So,
I can't wait to go to work tomorrow with butter on my keyboard. It'll be like, I'll reminisce.
Wipe it down with some.
Oh wait, someone's got a question in the question and answer maybe? Let me see. Oh no, that's from Dunn. That's from Jeannie McCovey's memorial.
Does that make it thicker on the edges? I mean, does
you're
it?
gonna butter up the top layer, and when you're all done, butter up the top too.
Does it make it thicker at the edges? Does it make a difference when the crust is thicker? There's
It'll
more.
be a little thicker, but it won't be an issue at all.
Okay.
It's really you'll tell.
Get lots of butter on there so it's not dry. Tons of butter, correct?
Well, she said to use butter.
Use up that butter.
Use up that butter. I would like a little taste of butter.
Is this the third one?
You want
This is the second one.
No, this is
The third one, okay.
You want the IPA?
Yeah. Here, let's put a little bit more butter.
Getting quite near the end of theirs.
We're getting there. How about everybody else? How's it going, Kay? Leslie Troxel's out there. Claudia Campbell, Jasper.
Oh, great. Claudia is my old friend. From
Oh, someone's got their hand up. How do I do that? Okay, allow to talk. Go, Kay, you get to talk. Can you talk?
I think she's on mute.
Ask to unmute. You can unmute and talk. Oh.
With only 13 people, do you think that we could do a gallery where we could just see everybody?
Yeah, I could.
Make them really small.
It would make you really small. Ask to unmute. So, Kay, here I'm going to promote you to a panelist, and then then you can unmute, Kay, and you can talk.
Okay.
There.
Oh,
You can do your video too.
Keep this thing covered all the time.
All right. Here's the dog. The dog loves this. Really wants to help. All that better. Once we get it in the oven, can you demonstrate again how you do the plastic, the wet paper towel, that thing?
Sure, I can.
Because it's a little different than I usually do it, and I want to learn the real way. So thank you.
Is everybody at the stage where all your layers are done and there's butter on top? Because I want to show you how to do the scoring, and that's really important because it makes it much easier to slice it when it's all done.
Let's hold up for just to make sure. I'm gonna.
We're not ready.
We're not ready yet. Maybe
Well,
can
not be-
people?
There's no hurry.
What?
Well, you guys are finishing up. Mariah will do a little demo on another folding technique.
Okay.
I'm gonna just put mine over here and I'll do the scoring when you're
There's
all
a
ready.
question. If they have extra sheets, Stephanie Parrott says, "Okay, I have some extra sheets. Do they go back in the freezer?"
Yes, I will show you at the end, Stephanie, how to roll it up so it stays best.
Okay.
And sometimes best doesn't even do it, to be honest. Sometimes they just get too dried out in the freezer even. But we'll show you at the end when we have our extras too. Okay, Mariah's going to show you another technique.
It's gonna turn into a nice little triangle here. So I'm gonna take a full piece of phyllo.
One sheet.
Okay.
One sheet.
Here, why don't you do this, Cora? Folding.
Is he gonna show us how to do something else?
No, I have a bunch left.
Keep going.
No, I think that's it. Four on top.
Oh.
You want to do this folding technique?
Okay.
So a full piece of phyllo, mostly
Into this other way.
here.
Okay. So let's put this. Can we put that over there? And
I'm
then.
gonna cover it in butter.
You guys see what she's doing here?
Gently
No.
cover it.
Oh, there we go. Should it be on a pan or something?
Oh, well, I'm gonna fold it, and I should be able to. Yeah, I can still fold it. If you have like a nice wooden butcher block, like our island is, that's what we're doing this on.
Any counter really will work for this.
So you can just do it, or a granite countertop would be great
You need a surface as large as the piece of phyllo.
Yes.
because you're getting it all out. I'm just gonna cover it with my butter here.
It's like painting.
You know, you can draw a little heart there. Love for us all. Keep on going.
Cover this one.
This
Yeah.
is a great thing to do with like samosas. If you have your like delicious potato mixture, if you're doing vegetarian or beef, and with curry potatoes and peas. So now I'm gonna take and I'm gonna fold it into thirds. So I'm gonna start out this side, the top, and I'm gonna turn it into the middle. And then I'm gonna take the other side.
You can see that.
Want some almonds?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they can see now. They
Okay.
can see over here. You can see me. And then I'm gonna fold this over. Fold it down on that buttered side.
Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah, we're gonna wait, Jackie.
What?
We're too late.
Butter it up again. Woo-hoo. Butter, 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 butter.
Could we just put chocolate chips in it if we don't have filling?
Ooh, that sounds good. A little, maybe, chocolate chips and marshmallows even. Might be a little gooey there.
Okay. Chocolate chips and marshmallows. Let's do it. We just used up all our filling.
No, this was like a little added thing, but I'm glad that you're doing it with me. So I have my little added filling here. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna put it in my corner here.
Oh, fold it like a flag.
Leave a little like.
She has a kind of a big wad.
Does she?
I think you could probably might
We should just do brown sugar and
Fold it over like this.
Odd there. Let's do walnuts, almonds, marshmallows, and chocolate chips. How does that sound?
fine.
Here.
Yeah.
So everybody, if they're doing it, they have like a nice little triangle that they fold it over. Now I'm gonna fold this like that. And fold it like this.
You want to mix together?
Oh, no, let's just put them on there.
Put them on?
Yeah. No need to mix.
I just think it might stay together better.
Oh. There's a bowl right there. You want to go? Okay, we might have to go back and see that triangle again. Oh, Cora saw it. I'm making a lot of noise. I make a lot of noise. I'm a noisy person.
Here.
See, or you're gonna demo it again? We don't have any more filling, so she has to use the same
I
one.
don't mind doing it again. Practice makes perfect. So here we go. I got my filling. I made into a triangle right here. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna fold it over like that. My little pyramid. Fold it again over. And then over. Now you're seaming that area right here. And over again. And over again. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of butter to kind of use as my glue here to make sure I have it all.
A little more butter? Oh my gosh.
All the butter. And then I have myself a little, or actually quite big samosa. I'm gonna cover it, the top part, with butter again. And then I do have a little baking sheet that I'm gonna put mine on with a Silpat.
What is that baking sheet that you have?
This baking sheet, this is a silk, which is lovely. People use these for cookies or for, you can use it for just about any baking thing. And it's a non-stick, so you don't have to use Pam or an equivalent, like a non-stick spray.
You don't have to use parchment paper.
No parchment paper. And it's good.
They're French.
They're French. Yeah, these ones are from Costco, which is a great deal. You can get like 3 of them for $9. And they can be pretty expensive. So, and they come in 2 different sizes.
You know, when you buy those French macaroon cookies, this is what they use. They're already pre-marked, these circles, so you know how much to go along each one.
Cool.
Are you supposed to keep
You
buttering?
put, butter there.
Everywhere.
Seals out.
You don't want to cut on them. I made a mistake the very first time 25
They are
years ago.
pretty fragile in that sense. No cutting on it, but it's really great for cookies and reusing, and definitely limits down on the parchment paper or the wax paper you use for baking. This one's pretty adorable, and also these ones have a nice little roller on them too, so you kind of know if you're making
Hold it like a flag.
pie crust or something.
So my question when doing this folding thing that I'm going to do here, I'm going to eat the chocolate chips while I'm doing the folding thing. Wait, hold on.
Way of doing it at home, right? We can all snack as we do it.
Thing in yet.
So is everybody done with their spanakopita and ready to score the top?
Yep. It's coming back.
So you have your flat top like this.
Yeah.
We're gonna score it just a little bit. We're not gonna slice all the way in. We're just gonna make a nice score on top that will go into probably the first 2 or 3 layers of phyllo dough.
Okay.
So you can do you can do anything you want, but I kind of like to do it so they come out like diamonds. So I will start from one corner to the other corner. So I'm just gonna gently, you can see this again. Just gently, it just glides along the edge of my pan here, all the way across. Yeah. And then I'll take it, depending on the size you want for your portions. I'm gonna do it, this is probably about 3.5, 4 inches. I'm gonna make another one of these slits diagonally across my pan. And then I'll do it on the other side. This is a smaller pan than I think some of you are doing. You can see my lines there. At this point I have 3 lines, and I'm gonna do one more over here so that my corner piece on this end will be a lot smaller. And I'll do one more over here. And then I'm gonna cut across it. So I'll start at another corner at the top, and I'll pull it down to I am now cutting from the top right corner to the bottom left corner. And you can see I'm just gliding it along. I'm really not cutting very deep. I will cut another piece here. And here. Some of them are going to be smaller. So then you get this beautiful diamond grid.
What about the little ones in the corner? Like I have little wee pieces.
Those are your little tasters. Also, I mean, they're just scoring it to give you like a guideline to cut it later when it's all crispy and fluffy. But if you wanted to, you could just cut across here when it's all done and have that piece, a whole piece. And now,
like you, Lauren.
ready to go in the oven at this point.
Okay.
So I am going to plop mine over here and put it in the oven. It should take. Sorry, Jackie, what'd you say?
For how long?
It should take about 20, 25 minutes. You'll know it's done. It'll be really crispy and it'll be a lot lighter. Okay, we're going to take ours over here, put it in the oven. Go in the middle of your oven. I'm going to let it up to the high at the top. It might be a little too hot up there.
Oh, I need
You need marshmallows?
My oven.
You think you could make one of those little flags with applesauce in it?
Ooh, flags with applesauce? That sounds really
I
good.
don't know what that is.
Applesauce. You know, sauce from apples.
What are you going to do with the applesauce, though?
Put it in one of those little flags that we folded.
Oh, well, I hope it's not too runny,
Ah.
but I haven't done that. It could be a little runny, but we'll find out. I usually do stuff that's a little more solid. Like
Barking dog.
with mashed potatoes, and you could do rice, like a samosa. That's how they would fold a samosa up. And they would be either the size Mariah did, or you can make them a little smaller.
It actually has me thinking with the applesauce. I would probably like just get an apple and cut it into like really thin slices and then put cinnamon sugar on it. And you can make a Danish almost with this. It would be a great dessert. And then you could scatter cinnamon sugar on top or add a little cardamom or nutmeg.
Well, it's kind of like a like a baklava
Yes.
in a triangle.
I know, now I'm like, I just skipped dessert.
Okay. I think Stephanie was questioning how we're going to wrap up the rest of our dough. You're going to keep one of those?
No, I want to try.
Oh, Mariah's intrigued. She's going to chop up an apple here.
Let's see. It's a little wet. It's hard to get out.
I can tell that our dough is getting drier.
Yeah, maybe it's done for it. There you go.
Okay, so she's going to save that and make something else with it.
Yeah.
So now
make
you've got your, as you can see what I'm doing here. You've got the plastic that was underneath it. I'm just pulling it out a little bit. What we're going to do is just roll it all back up and put it back in that little sleeve that it came with. And you can leave the paper towel in there and everything. So I just take any plastic wrap that I have that's underneath it and fold it in. And I'm really just going to try and make it the same shape as it was originally. And sometimes I have great luck with reusing it after I've refrozen it. And sometimes it's just a little too dry. So I'm just going to fold it up long, skinny rectangles here. The thing is, you just really want it completely sealed. So here's mine, like this. Take it off of here. Then I'm even going to reinforce it with that original plastic that was in the bag. And I'm going to roll it again with that. I'm going to center it on the plastic. See right there. I'm going to take mine and I'm going to fold in the sides. Just trying to keep it covered as much as I can, and then wrap it. This is where you need an extra set of hands.
Can I help you?
No, I think I've got it actually. Roll it up. Just like that. So mine is completely rolled up. Sometimes I actually put it right back in the box. That way it keeps it sturdy. Katie, would you hand me that box over there, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Got another assistant here. And I'm just gonna slide it in the box.
You have so many assistants.
You're gonna put chocolate and nuts,
I'm gonna put banana in mine.
not chocolate and nuts. Second,
But
you wanna put that with it?
So rolling it up, it's a little long for the box, so I'm just gonna fold it over gently and stuff it back in this box. If you want to, you could mark on there the date that you opened it. So I have about maybe 4 or 5 pieces left in this box, which is not enough to make a whole lot of anything. I mean, I can make a few of those samosas like Mariah did, but because it's not predictable, I would not intend for this to be my main phyllo box next time. I would always buy another fresh box. I would open this first and see if I can use it, but then I would use the other stuff too. That way I'm ensured that I have what I need when it comes time to making something. And there you have it. And then you slip it back in the freezer.
Okay, so are we gonna show people how to do are we gonna show the PowerPoint we created now, right?
Yeah, does everybody have theirs in the oven?
Let's see.
I have mine in the oven.
Okay. I'm sort of assuming most people's are about the same or very close to getting in the oven.
My dog's in the fridge.
We do want to show you how to make our really delicious salad dressing, but we've got plenty of time here. So we put together a little slideshow and we're just going to walk you through it with just some other suggestions. I went through a bunch of my photos of things that I've done with phyllo in the past, and I was surprised I had quite a few pictures. Not a lot. So Mariah's going to get that all.
I got it right here.
Here
ready to
for us.
rumble. Let's see her.
I think I'm doing this wrong.
Oh no, what's happening over there?
You have no spatial concept there.
I have no spatial concept, I've been told. I have made you 2 co-hosts so you can share whenever you're ready.
Okay, Jen.
Yay, okay, let's see here. I'm gonna just minimize.
We've never done this part of it, so let's see.
see. Ooh, where did it go? Here.
On the bottom, and it's a little button that says share screen.
Okay, let me go back.
Geez, what happened?
I'm having some spatial challenges.
You can share. Only host all panelists.
If only you were going to share.
Jackie, could you do it like this?
Sorry, I'm just trying to get them to host their thing, so I'll talk about
Only host, I guess. I think you want, because nobody else is going to share at this point anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I close that.
you to share, and then make sure that you click the little boxes that say share your sound and optimize video.
Oh,
Okay, so
did you see that?
On share screen, what does it say?
Or the green one in the middle.
Yeah, the green one in the middle, when you say share screen.
okay, and then only host all panelists.
What?
It says who can share.
Oh, you can just go, all panelists.
Okie dokie. Okay. And I should be able to exit out of this.
Okay. And then
See, yours is really wide, mine is not.
You can find that.
Hmm.
On top of each other, like a letter. Are you gonna hold a letter?
then do we just go to the stuff that we're saving to share, I guess?
On your screen, it'll show your screen. When you go to share, it'll show your screen. And then
Okay.
you find where the thing is on your screen and you click on it, and you should be sharing a screen with us. And then you push share at the bottom. Like at the bottom of the, at the bottom of your screen.
I gotta keep going.
Ours is not on the bottom, but I see it there.
Yeah,
No, this is Google.
Oh, that's the Google thing? Okay.
great.
Um,
Is it working?
No.
View.
I think it said, no, that's the
If
Zoom in.
you put your Google link in the chat, I may be able to do it from here.
Can you see?
Can you see it now?
No, I can see you.
Okay, go back, Rye, because it said Zoom, and I don't think it meant to zoom in.
Yeah. Let's see.
But if you want to send it to me, I can try and do it.
Yeah, I did share screen right here. And then,
You do
Oh,
share?
there
I
it is.
got it.
Okay, there it is.
Okay.
And then share on the bottom right.
And then share.
Yes. Okay. There we see it. Now make it big for us. And did you push the 2 buttons that said sound and video?
No. No, but we don't have any sound anyways.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Yeah, you're good.
And it says Phyllo, thin
Yep.
unleavened.
Thin unleavened dough. You got it.
How do we move it to the next slide?
There you go.
Ryan knows it. Okay, so that's the recipe that we just made.
Yes. Which is on our website too. People can download the recipe off our website. So they have it and all the ingredients.
Awesome, lovely.
How do I move to the next one, right?
Right here.
Oh, over there.
And
Okay.
that's the end of that recipe. And then there's going to be the Caesar dressing. that we
We'll
made.
come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Okay, let's come back to that.
More beer.
It's not moving.
Maybe he's Jack.
That's not advancing.
That's so weird.
It won't go any further. Let's see.
Oh, no.
You are screen sharing. Stop sharing.
It won't go past that.
There's no more butter, Jackie.
Let's
Now we have a few more.
For what? For now?
Katie's our tech person here.
Oh, jeez.
For pesto.
Can
Can
it go
you
back?
space bar to get you to go to get it to go further?
Maybe is it because you're on too? Is it too many people talking?
No,
I
because
don't
it
know.
asked us if we wanted more than one person.
No. I'm not sharing anything.
The cursor's not even there.
No, in the corner.
Hold on one sec.
We do olive oil instead of
I'm
butter.
advancing that because it's on here.
That's so weird. I don't get it. We're not even scrolling.
You guys, it keeps going. There's more in your Google Doc.
No, we can't get anywhere else. We
But
can't
there
even.
is more in the doc that you're not seeing that you can't get to.
Yeah, all we can see is the Caesar salad.
Yeah. Do you want to send that put that Google Doc in the chat? The link
Oh.
to it? And then I'll
We
try sharing from my
Right now, we don't even have a cursor to move around at all.
You can't, you're frozen, it seems as if.
Like
Do you
a
want
t-shirt
to-
from the 80s.
Huh.
If they
Do you want to text it to me? How about you try stop share?
So Katie just said if you switch us back to the host,
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you guys going to that?
no,
Just switch it back to her being the host, and then I feel like you guys can get out.
Mariah or Lauren, which one?
so we want Kate, we want Jackie to be the host.
Yeah, just have her take over again.
Okay. Withdraw. I'm withdrawing the co-host permissions.
Okay.
There, I'm done. Change host. I'm now the host. No.
I can't barely reach it. Is it just frozen on the computer?
I don't get it. I was just able to use it. I have my charger in and it should be charged.
Okay. It says that you are the host.
I don't know. Maybe stop.
Sorry about this,
share.
everybody.
I don't know what to do.
Maybe stop share.
It's not even letting us click on that.
Yeah, we don't have a cursor to even tell it to do anything different.
Weird.
Cursor.
Get it.
That's funny.
On the other station, you can get off and get back on.
Get off of Zoom completely, you mean?
Wait a minute. Panelists, more, rename. Panelist. Mariah is sharing. Huh. Now, Lauren, if you go out, you're the host. We're going to lose everything.
Okay.
So I've made you the host. So you have to make me a co-host before you leave, or else the whole thing will shut down.
Yeah. Then we can't do anything because we have no way to move around. It won't even let us escape.
Okay.
Because the cursor's,
let-
oh, what is
It's like the cursor is frozen or something.
weird. Maybe you got butter in your cursor.
Can you guys see us at all?
Yeah, we can. You're on the side.
Okay, yeah, on our computer too. Oh well.
Let me see if I can come in through my phone and mix it up. Haley, are you still here?
Katie? Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Haley can.
Sorry, everybody. Oh, you said Haley. Oh, wait.
What is that?
Something came up.
Oh, but we can't.
How'd you do that?
I didn't do anything. It just did that.
Okay, that's me. I've taken over as the host on my cell phone. So,
Then how do we? Oh, I think I don't get it. We should be able to continue like with a scroll or.
Can't escape.
okay, yeah, we do.
She's
Yeah.
not co-host anymore. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, geez. Do you have?
So now we like something just popped. Oh, now it's gone again.
You could get the link and then post the link on that Zoom and then have her open it up as the host. You know what I mean?
Get the link.
Get with the
For the
link
Google.
to the Google Slides. Put that on the chat.
How do we get it if we can't get to anything?
There's not even a scroll. You have to.
Is that only on your computer?
I just don't get it.
Technical difficulty here. Hold on. We'll see if we can figure it out.
Did you happen to send this to your mom? Do you have it on your email now?
But I can send it to her via.
She put the whole slideshow together on her computer.
I can send it to her.
Send it to this phone because you guys are on your Zoom here.
How was my Aunt Karen on here? Did you use the page up and page down button? So this. Oh. Okay.
Oh well, now Jackie's personal.
Okay, now Jackie's doing it.
Press escape.
Escape? It's not escaping.
Let me see Jackie's. There we go. Jackie, someone has it.
But we still don't have a scroll. I don't get it.
Do you think that we should leave for a minute, Jackie? Since I can't even hear her. Can you?
No.
Can you guys hear me?
I think Jackie's on mute.
Hello.
Whoa.
We can hear you. We can see you.
Okay.
We can't see what you're doing right now, but your faces look great.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Well, we're trying. We can't really do anything. We're kind of stuck.
I don't get it.
I guess we could just jump to making the Caesar salad dressing. You think?
Yeah, I mean, because this is frozen, I guess.
Jackie, I guess make us host again, and then we'll just go on to that and skip our little videos.
And I can use my phone too.
So you guys continue as is. The host just gives you the ability to share. So I'm going to pin you guys back. So you're pinned back on the front. The only thing the host does is make you guys able to share, and you're not going to share anymore. So you're golden.
Yeah, it's frozen somehow. The sharing.
We see you fine.
Okay. So we'll just move to the making the salad dressing.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna need to use this phone probably, right?
No, they can see us right there.
Yep, we can see both of you. We can see both cameras. Just let me make sure that that's the case on YouTube, but it is the case, I believe, on Zoom. Yep. We see both cameras on Zoom. Is that correct, everybody? Does everybody see both cameras?
we're back on there. I see both cameras, so I think it's probably true. Okay, we're getting our station set up, skipping ahead. It's just so strange that it worked for 2, but not all the rest of them. But anyways.
We see 2 cameras.
What we were going to show you is some baklava and another recipe that I made years ago. The funniest thing is I catered the wedding of 2 men, and they wanted to have this Greek dish. It's their favorite dish. And to this day, I can't pronounce it. And I must have called them 3 times. Tell me how to say this word. So the recipe was on there. It's called something like galactabararo, something like that. And it's like you make the phyllo dough layers like we did, but inside it was like a custard. It was really quite amazing with a syrup. So what I can do is to send everybody that recipe if you want to try it.
Yeah, and I'm happy to also, send you the link to my document here, Jackie, if that works after we're done here. So
Send it to me and I can share it.
Okay, that would be great once we can get unstuck here.
Yeah,
that would be really good.
I mean, I can do it through my phone.
Send it to me from your phone.
Send it to your phone? No, it's on my phone through an app, technology.
Oh.
So what is your email address, Jackie?
You want to put it in the chat on your phone? Is your phone unstuck?
Oh, well, my phone is not, we're using my mother's phone and it's on my phone.
Okay. Here, everybody's going to get my phone number, 707-497-4036. Call me.
Oh, it's your email address.
Oh, Jackie D at arcadaplayhouse.org.
Oh, easy enough.
No, we're going to make Caesar salad now, aren't we?
Yes, we're going to switch gears and make our Caesar salad dressing. Okay, I am going to get all my ingredients out here. I think I do need to move this back. You guys can't see my counter, I don't think, right? Oh, wait, maybe you can.
No, you can, right there.
Okay, so when I do my Caesar dressing, you have to keep in mind that I often cook for lots of people. And so years ago, I decided that I just didn't want to risk using raw eggs. I was just a little worried about somebody getting sick, even though I did research it. And funny, the research told me that people get salmonella from eggs more in the East Coast than in the West Coast, which I am not sure why. But so this is a Caesar salad dressing without the egg yolks. And I love it. And I've used it many times. It's hard to get a good Caesar dressing. I'm sure you've eaten in many restaurants and ordered it multiple times. And it's different everywhere you go, slightly different. And when you get a really good one, because when you get a good salad dressing, you just know the difference. So I'm going to start with this. You guys do have the recipe. It came with the class. So I'm just going to use my Vitamix, or you can use a blender, or you could use a NutriBullet, something that will blend or puree. So I'm just going to put things directly into my Vitamix. And I'm just going to go right down through the recipe. Everything's going to go in here except for the olive oil. I'll tell you what it's in at first, actually. There's garlic cloves, lemon juice, salt, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, Parmesan cheese, a cup of olive oil, and you can either use fish sauce, which is what I'm going to do today, or you can use anchovies that you would use on the top. I'm going to use fish sauce that will flavor the dressing itself. So I'm going to stick in here 3, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, I think you can.
I think they're good. Yeah.
3 cloves of garlic. I already have a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I'm going to demo, and then you guys, if you can't keep up with me, you can just watch and then do it afterwards, because we do have time while everything's baking. I've got the lemon juice, the garlic, and now I'm gonna put some salt in.
Meanwhile, I'm just going to tell you, Jackie, that I did get your, I sent to that PowerPoint to you. So if you can see it, that would be awesome if you can share it. Sorry about this.
We can do it after this.
Yeah, no
Sure.
rush.
I'm gonna put in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna share. I love this little thing. This is my little salt cellar right here. And it has 3 layers. And I love to buy different salts. So it's kind of fun. Right there. Ground pepper. The recipe does call for 1/8 teaspoon of ground pepper. I'm just going to give it a couple swirls here. 1/8 teaspoon is not very much.
So how brown should the spanakopita be? Ours is starting to brown in the oven, just to like have everybody, I don't know, just to notice.
Well, mine's browning quite a bit on the edges, but the middle part's not too brown yet. You're going to want it brown, like golden brown, or a little darker than that, and flaky. So I don't think it should be ready yet. That'd be
Probably like another 5 minutes or so.
I'd say 5 to 10. I'd say more like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Mariah, can you find me the measuring spoon?
Oh, of course.
I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce.
Tablespoon.
Use this. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. It might seem like a lot, but it really does enhance the flavor quite a bit.
This all goes in the blender. The garlic, lemon juice, the salt, the pepper, and the Worcestershire sauce.
That's correct. And the Parmesan cheese can go right in there. Mine's already grated. I bought it this way.
Okay. I got a
Quarter of a cup. Mariah, you did put a little extra Parmesan cheese in this container. The extra
I
Parmesan.
did put a little bit
Okay, a
extra.
little bit extra. Okay, for that to put on top. Okay. Parmesan cheese.
1 cup.
And I'm going to add in my 2 teaspoons of fish sauce. Okay, fish sauce gives it that kind of umami flavor and fishy flavor. Now, if you were making this for a vegetarian who does eat cheese, you could substitute maybe with the those amino, coconut aminos. Gives it that kind of little bit of a salty, sweet salt flavor. 1, 2. Okay, Mariah, would you follow with the handheld camera there?
Of course.
Now I do. I have the garlic, the lemon juice, the salt, the ground pepper, Worcestershire and Parmesan cheese, and the fish sauce. And I'm gonna start with my blender.
Is it fish sauce or anchovies?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're using anchovies, then save them to put on top of your salad. If you're not, and you still want that fishy salt, then go ahead and put 1 to 2 teaspoons right into the mixer.
Okay, just to clarify, so if I want anchovies on top of my Caesar later, I don't put them in right now.
Correct.
But we don't put them all in, but we can put them in the dressing.
You can just put them on top of the salad. I guess if you wanted to, you could blend some of them.
Okay, like one of them?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and throw it in there.
We're gonna throw in one.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to my blender with my olive oil in my hand and my blender, because the olive oil is gonna get it poured in slowly as we're blending. Okay. I'm gonna turn mine on slowly.
Yes. So she's turning it on slow, Barb.
turn it off for a second just to get all that cheese down there. So I'm scraping it back down. Ooh, it does smell good. Sound, let me turn it off.
I think they can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it back on. And as it's on, I'm gonna take the lid off of this because I'm gonna slowly.
Just
It shouldn't be dead.
it says 1%.
Oh, we're gonna have to switch over to the other camera here. Mariah, can you come guide that? Sorry about it. I really lost one of our cameras. Okay, this is important to see. Can everybody see the blender?
Yes, I can see the blender.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it
Not
back
that I'm
on.
everyone, but I can see
There's
it.
cheese in there?
Well, while it's on, I'm gonna take the top off. It's still gonna be going, but I'm gonna take the top off, okay? I'm gonna start with it on and then I'm gonna slowly take it off. I'm gonna slowly add in my olive oil. Now you probably could hear that the sound changed a little bit as it thickened up with the olive oil. And it should be done. I'm going to take a look, and if it's not, I'll turn it on again. It should be pretty silky. It does have some cheese on the side of the blender. You guys see that?
Yeah.
My phone died right in the middle of all that. So that looks good. I'm going to taste it with my little finger here. Oh my goodness, it's very good. Okay. So that is the salad dressing. Excuse me, let's go back over there.
Here we go. Do, 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 do.
If your salad dressing, once you taste it, feels like you need something else to it, go ahead and play with it a little bit. You might want a little bit more fish sauce or Worcestershire.
Can you tell me what your speed was when you mixed the ingredients originally?
Do you have Vitamix?
We do.
Okay. It started at, I think, 8.
Yeah.
And then I turned it all the way up to 9.
I turned it up to 9.
But slowly add it.
Yeah, slowly adding olive oil as you turn it up to 9.
You can scrape the cheese down if you need to. So it should get really well blended. You see, I didn't leave it on real long. Mariah just took her really beautiful little triangle out. And see how brown it is? That's what you kind of brown you want your spanakopita to look like. It's a little bit darker on the bottom side. And it's hot. There you go.
Lovely.
Okay. So you can just put your salad dressing to the side. I already prepared my lettuce. I don't know if you guys did or not, but my lettuce is all torn. So when I'm ready, I'll just toss some of the dressing in with the lettuce. And I have some croutons here. And that'll all get tossed together. And I can add some extra Parmesan cheese too.
Sorry, our Vitamix was so loud. I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, I was like, can I talk? Well, it's on. I doubt it. Did it get blended up nicely?
Yes, we blended it up nicely.
Now what?
Now
Is
it
that
comes
it?
out and we get to eat it, right?
Yeah. I'm going to go over to my oven and check my spanakopita.
How's everyone doing out there in TV land?
Your aunt is on there? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have your slides open.
Okay, lovely. Yeah. Why don't we move on to the slides because our spanakopita is just starting to get brown in the center.
Okay. Let me just get there. Phyllo. Share.
There you go.
Oh, beautiful. So happy.
Present.
You
Here
did
it
a,
goes. You tell me when you want me to go.
Okay, that's just the introduction. So that looks like it's not my slide. I did not make that beautiful, beautiful dough.
yeah, this is our recipe we've been using today.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the next 2 slides. That's the rest of that recipe.
And then the Caesar salad.
Ah, it's going so fast. Do you want it
Go back.
a little bit fast?
You got it? Okay, there. We want to start
Yeah. So I recently made the samosas with a lovely mango chutney, and it had potatoes and peas, and I used purple potatoes and
Go back a second.
Like, where are we?
Sorry.
That's okay. And this is chicken pastilla, though. This is a little different than what I was just talking about, but
Go back to, there you go.
there we go.
Thank
Awesome. So these I made into samosas, and they were delicious with that folding technique I showed you guys. And I did a mango chutney with like garam masala in it, and ginger and garlic and vinegar to kind of make that zingy texture.
She just made this recipe with this photo like 2 days ago.
Yeah, just recently actually.
Nice. Do you want me to go back to the chicken?
No, not yet. The thing with the samosas, though, you can make extras. They're great. If somebody has the capacity to, put them in a toaster oven or warm them up, they're great to take to work for lunch. Some high school students might be able to heat something up like that, but they make a great little snack, and they actually are pretty good cold even. Okay, then you could go, and you could freeze them too. Okay, next slide. Oh, this is what I was talking about. I don't know how you pronounce that. If anybody else does out there in Zoom world, that would be great. Galactabareco. And we can make sure that you can see the directions for this. I think you can also get the recipe online. And I had never made it before. It was a special request. So I just did a little research and found it to be really a very, very delicious recipe, but it was labor intensive, I have to admit. But I also made it for probably 75 people. But it was delicious. The syrup part of it was really incredible. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Hey Barb, maybe we can wait for the dishes till we're done the slideshow.
All right.
Just because then we hear everything.
I like to be cleaned up when I'm done.
Ooh, look
So
at
this
that.
is the center photo is the baklava that I made, and I've made it many times. You can see how I cut or scored the diamond shapes like we just did on our dish.
Uh-huh.
Baklava is a really traditional Mediterranean and particularly Greek dessert. Often made with chopped walnuts or pistachios or a combination. Sometimes people use chopped apples in there as well, or maybe another fruit. Mostly apples or nuts, and mostly nuts. You can see the photo on the right, all the different layers, because that one, they put a filling in between several layers of phyllo dough, and they topped it with pistachio nuts. Pistachios are a very common nut used with this type of food. The picture on the far left people call those cigar shapes. So that's baklava that was rolled up. So it would be like an individual serving. So what you do with that, it's really fun to make. You do all the layers like we just did. And at the end, you pour over a mixture of honey and sometimes rose water, and sometimes sugar and honey and rose water. And it becomes this really sticky syrup that spreads over everything. It's really phenomenal. Okay, next slide. Now I put these both up here, this picture. These are galettes, which are French pastry. And both of these pictures are done with pie crust. but they could easily be done with phyllo dough, and I have done them with phyllo dough before. I just didn't have a picture. So the picture on the left is like an apple galette or an apple tart, layers and layers. And it's galettes are a rustic pie. So you would, if you were doing this with phyllo dough, you would, instead of covering the entire top, you would just roll over your edges and leave your fruit exposed.
And how many layers of phyllo would you use?
I would do at least 8 or 9, maybe even 10. If if particularly if you wanted somebody to be able to pick up a big slice like that. But you also could cut it smaller. You could cut thinner slices, or you could double cut. Like on the picture there, you can see I'd already cut some slices. But like when I do a wedding cake, sometimes I'll do 2 circles. I'll cut, like closer to the middle, so they would be smaller slices, and then I would make another round circle cut, so they would be another piece. So that's kind of hard to explain, but I guess I could show you when you can see me. The picture on the right is another fruit galette, and actually that one we made in our wood-fired stove, our wood-fired oven outside. But that as well, that one has apples and a lot of dried fruit, kind of a really good fall seasonal dish. But you could easily do any combination really with the phyllo dough. Okay, I think there's another one in there. This is great, Jackie. I'm so glad you could do this. You can move to the next.
The second one is back here. I think this is the end of the slides, but there's one back here.
Yeah.
The chicken pastilla.
Yeah, that I came to.
Oh, there we go.
That was at the beginning.
So,
there you go.
This is another dish that I love making. It's very special. It's kind of a funny thing. It's shredded chicken that you've cooked in like a broth. So it's very flavorful shredded chicken. The one on the left has some saffron in it. It's making it so yellow. And you mix right into the shredded chicken powdered sugar. I know, which sounds really strange, right? But it's a sweet and savory dish, and it would be served as a main course, not a dessert. So it's the same dish in both photos. I mean, 2 different times, not the same time. But the picture on the right, I was doing, actually, I think I did that. I donated those to KHSU when they were doing their fund drive, and they wanted to have individual servings. So I just made them kind of like burritos. So those were about 4 layers of phyllo dough that I just rolled up with, laid it flat out, put the butter on it, layered 4 layers. And then at the end, on one side, I put the chicken mixture and then rolled it up like you would a burrito, where I tucked in the sides. And I topped it off with powdered sugar and some cinnamon. And they were quite a hit. The picture on the left, you can see the little squares on top. So they use something to make that pattern. So you could do that. You could cut out a strip of paper and make a design. You could use a doily. So pretty special. The chicken pastilla, it's traditionally a Moroccan dish. And I've heard it pronounced both ways, with a P for pastilla and with a B for bastia. So I think I kind of go back and forth between what I use. But it's one of my favorite dishes, and it's always kind of a showstopper. People really love that dish. So I guess what I'm showing you here is that the sky's the limit with phyllo dough. You really can use it as a base for so many different things. And so now you know how to use it, so you guys can go forth and have fun with it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Jackie, you are on mute.
I have a question about our spanakopita.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's see. Is this done?
Watch out, Lila.
Watch out, dog.
It's a little,
I think it's a little bit more
right there.
That's what mine looks like too. Just
Okay.
a little bit. We're almost there. I guess we could put our salads together. But I'll show you one more thing here before we do our salads. The other night when Mariah was making those little triangle samosas, we had a lot of filling left. We kind of overestimated. So we just made a pie, and you can see it right here. So we took 4 or 5 layers of phyllo dough like we did tonight. And instead of the spanakopita filling, we just layered in the mashed potatoes and peas and then did a cover on top. And we actually forgot to score it. So it'll be a little bit harder to cut when we're ready. But we have a whole extra dinner right here.
Stephanie Parrott said, I couldn't wait. I'm eating it and it's yummy. Mine is done. I would like to see Stephanie. Maybe you could just share your video, Stephanie.
Yeah, if everybody wants to show what they made, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Stephanie can share really easily because she is a panelist.
Oh, that's right.
From before. So all you have to do is undo your video, Stephanie.
I did. Here we go.
Let's see.
Here it is. Whoops, I turned my.
Oh,
Stephanie.
beautiful.
Let me see. Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Turned out great.
Yum.
Lovely.
Looks lovely. Does anybody else want to share? Just raise your hand and I'll bump you up to be a panelist so you can share.
Patty. I want to say hi to all my buddies.
Patty, Kay, you can just show your video. Just undo your video and you're good to go. There you go. Let's see yours.
I can't see Kay. Oh, there she is.
Ooh,
Yours is
yum.
brown in the middle.
Nice. Anybody
Hey.
else?
Anybody else want to show theirs?
We have one of these things. Wait,
Come
hold
on.
on. I don't
Did
know.
everybody make one, or did some people just
one of
watch?
these. We made one. of these.
Oh, yeah.
What did you put in that one? The chocolate?
I don't know.
I don't know. We
Okay.
did some
Let's
marshmallow.
see. Might be just.
Oh, you did marshmallow. Ooh, okay, break it open.
So it's a samosa some more.
Maybe cut it with a knife. Here, let's cut it with a knife.
Mm.
Here, I got it.
I think it has marshmallow in it.
Marshmallow.
Oh, I love that.
Did I hear something about chocolate chips too?
Marshmallows, chocolate chips,
Oh,
and
look,
almonds.
gooey. That sounds amazing. And
That's
almond.
Oh, that's cool.
A good crunch.
So, I mean, for something like that, you could put jam in there or fruit. I love what you guys did. That's great.
I put some lemon marmalade and what, nuts or something
Yeah,
in one. We'll see how that is.
and potatoes.
Just
Potatoes?
Whatever you.
Marshmallows?
I put banana.
Okay.
I was thinking banana, like a banana foster.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Sugar bananas.
Yeah, awesome.
Kind of like a banana boat from, if you were ever a Girl Scout. Banana boat.
One attendee. Wait, someone wants to show. Claudia wants to show her thing. So I'm going to promote you to a panelist, Claudia. So now you can show your video. Let's see it, Claudia.
Come on, Claudie.
Show us.
Show us.
Show us. Show us.
Yeah, you can. I think you can.
Mute and start video.
Hi.
Hello.
So happy to be with you guys. Let's see. Let me bring the computer down onto the.
Oh yeah.
dessert too.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
Nice.
Lovely.
Very well
Wow.
portioned it. Brown on top.
Let's see.
Everybody, Claudia lives in Wisconsin. She's
Nice. Let's see, Claudia. We missed it.
Okay. And I've got my my hefty mitts on. You guys, it's gonna snow tomorrow again here.
Ooh, that looks good.
You know, I heard it was going to snow here too.
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
They're gonna get more snow than us, I think, Jackie.
I think so too. Yeah, I think a bit more.
Wow.
All right, I better silence. You guys do that.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to share?
Mm.
Is everybody ready for dinner? Claudia, I know it's a lot later there than
Yeah.
here. You're probably really ready.
All right.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share? I don't think this is there.
everyone's good place.
And I do want to say, the other night, Claudia and I, we FaceTimed each other and made dinner together, which was a really fun idea. I think we talked for 2 hours and we made enchiladas. So you could do that with a friend.
Yum. Oh, nice, Claudia.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, my computer's making a sound. Can you guys hear that? I better.
Yeah.
Silence myself.
Sounds like squirrels.
Okay, I know, that's me. All right, I gotta get myself off of.
It's on there. Anybody else want to share?
Luan can share. Okay. Let me get Luan. Attendees. Luan. I'm bumping you up. I'm promoting you to a panelist, Luan. So now you can share.
Is that, what's her name?
Let's see, Luan. Oh, nice. Good one. You made 2?
I don't see Luan anywhere.
Just a minute.
You might have to scroll. You might have to.
Ooh, and Mia.
Oh, adorable.
And Mia too. We each made one.
Beautiful.
You did it together. That's love.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was fun.
Thank you for joining us. That's great. Anybody else on there? Leslie, are you still there?
What? Here, let's
How's
see.
the other one coming?
Can we show you our thing again and see if you think it's done?
I just don't
Yeah.
know why you need me.
I think it's done, Jackie. Yeah, it looks very similar to mine. I
Okay,
think
It's done, because we don't want it to burn on the edges.
great.
no, you can get to it. I think it's great.
Anybody else have anything to share? Oh, so exciting.
Dinner time now? Yeah.
Oh, an attendee wants to share. Whose hand is up?
Now I'm like not even hungry.
Oh, Sandy. Sandy's going to share.
Yay, Sandy.
Sandy, you are promoted to a panelist, so share away. You can just unclick your video and you're good to go, Sandy.
Sandy, who?
Sandy Summer.
Hey, Mariah and Lauren. It was, I
Hi.
think I,
Oh, hi, Sandy.
Beautiful. Oh, hi. It's hard to see your face, but I know who you are. There you go. Oh, what a good smile.
Wonderful. I didn't know who was there
It's
doing
just
this
nice.
class with us.
how do I freeze it? It's too much for me to eat.
Well, you can just cut it
Question.
tonight, and then
Put it in
Uh,
freezer.
you can easily freeze it. Just I would cut it maybe into individual pieces, or take 3/4 of it and make it, leave it as a big piece.
All
Maybe
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was scrambling to keep up with you. I wished I would have done more prep in advance, but
I think that is the key,
I've
Sandy.
done a cooking class on Zoom, so I'm learning as well. And I keep thinking I have so much to cover. How do I get it all done? It's already, I don't know, 6:15 or so, and
It is.
time flies.
Yeah.
It's just hard to
Perfect
know.
time for dinner.
I did a lot of quarantine kitchen videos, that I pre-did, and that was really fun, but I didn't have the feedback from people. So, but anyways, if anybody's interested in those, I think I did about 20 of them, maybe more, with my mom and dad at the beginning of the lockdown. I was visiting my parents, and we made all kinds of things. So if you go to the Facebook page, Quarantine Kitchen, actually, I believe you need to be invited by someone. So if you're interested, you can email me and I'll invite you if you're a Facebook person. And then you can join Quarantine Kitchen, and you just go into the top of their page and you put in the name of somebody and all the things that they've added, all their recipes, all their comments, all their videos are there. So my parents and I had a blast doing them. It was really quite an amazing thing.
Can you put your email in the chat or
Sure, I can. I think I might have given it to you guys originally. I'm going to look up that information. But yeah, I'll put it on the chat for you.
yeah, just pop it in the chat and then I'll save the chat as well. Well, what fun this has been.
Mariah's going to have to give you the chat, Jackie, because we're frozen. We can't do anything.
Great. I'm ready. In fact, I might even have your email.
Okay.
I'm sure you do. I can also tell you it's L Sarabia, LSARABIA
Yep.
at suddenly.net. at Suddenlink, SUDDEN.
Saravia at suddenlink.net. It's in the chat to the panelists and the attendees.
Anybody wants to, have any other conversations or comments or wants to get invited to Quarantine Kitchen.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
You have to be Facebook friends first for me to invite you to that, but we can deal with all that. It's easy enough. Okay, I think that we're all ready to have dinner.
Great. I just wanted to say that after we have dinner at 7 o'clock, we're going to do a little closing ceremony for the festival. So if people want to hang around, we're just going to have a little moment of whatever and then howl a little bit out our door so that everyone can hear us and send the festival out, because this is our last event of the whole week. So,
and I have to say that I know that you were trying to sort of make it similar to the past festivals where it closes with a wonderful potluck dinner.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed that part of the festivals year after year. So I'm so pleased that you invited Mariah and I to take part in this way. So thank you.
I'm so pleased that you and Mariah are here to take part in this way. So that's great.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know if everybody wants to put their cameras on. Everybody that's here, I can bump people up in the chat if they just want to put their cameras on. I mean, in them who are helping Kay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, who are in attendees, I can bump you up so you can be allowed to talk.
I just wanted to say thank you. We have our candle lit, our table set, and we're ready to eat. And to Lauren and Mariah, thanks so much. This was really fun. And
Thank
thank
you.
everyone. So we'll close off and I'll come back. We're going to eat and then Jackie will come back on at 7.
Maybe
ceremony.
Come back on because the webinar ends at 7. So we want to be here at 6:50 before the webinar ends and we get booted off. So
and anyone that wants to stay on all the way through there, you're welcome to stay on.
Yeah, you can just stay on. I can put some good dinner music on too. So I'll put how about we have Julie and Gwen play us through the dinner hour?
That would be lovely. Thanks. It was really great.
It was really fun.
And lighting a candle in honor of this festival and of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. So much. Let me just find this, what I'm looking for.
I'm going to go tell my husband dinner's ready.
Yes, and I'll tell you, yeah. Wednesday.
Mariah,
Yeah.
did you put anything on top of your Caesar salad?
We have a little bit of croutons from my mom's leftover sourdough bread that she made. And
Can
then
you toss them over?
Yeah.
I know, catch it in your mouth. And then we had leftover Parmesan, so we put a little Parmesan. But yeah,
Okay.
a little sprinkle would be good. What time is it there for you?
Garnishes are always just so lovely too.
No,
so I thought you guys would probably come up with a garnish.
Salad.
It's 8:20.
Oh, okay. Perfect time for dinner.
I'm going to squeeze some lemon on ours too.
Oh, yeah. She was asking, what did we put on top of our salad?
Yeah. I had some leftover little heel of my last sourdough bread. So I just cut it up and made a little bit of croutons with it.
Well, I can't find Julie, so I'm going to give you Tim Randall's instead. He has 2 pieces and we'll play him. So just bear with me for a moment here while I get sharing that. Safari, share. Here we go. Let's hear some Tim Randall's. Can you hear it?
Not yet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go. Ooh, that's relaxing. All right.
We'll have some Tim music. Tim Gray, tickling the old keyboard at the
So that's what I put
playhouse.
in.
Sorry, everyone. I'm just trying to figure out what we should listen to now. And I can't find Julie and Gwen anywhere in here. But let's listen to some. We could listen to. Anybody have any requests? Let me see. Theater, music, full playlist. We'll just listen to this again because it was so good. We'll listen to Tim again.
sleeping. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's over. It's almost 10. I'm good. You want to talk another time? You can go to sleep. It's 6:40 here, so it's 9:40 there. Where are you?
again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you used to do, till the blue skies chase those dark clouds all away. Oh, won't you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long, and they'll be happy to know that when when you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Everybody. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through just like you used to do, till the blue skies chase those dark clouds far away. Oh, won't you please say hello to the folks that I know. Tell them I won't be long, and they'll be happy to know that when you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Coming back around the horn, we'll meet again. It's been exactly a year. Well, not exactly a year. We closed on March 9th. This dinner is so good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's so good. What am I going to play? I'm going to play something here for you to get us through the times here. But I'm having some trouble doing it. But I am really, really enjoying my my dinner. How about we do some Nina Simone? That seems appropriate. We'll just play a little
This
bit
is the checkers game where grandson and granddad will bond.
We're gonna play some Nina Simone.
Brown baby, brown baby, as you grow up, I want you to drink from the plenty cup. I want you to stand up tall and proud. I want you to speak up clear and loud. You little baby, brown baby, brown baby, brown baby. As years go by, I want you to go with your head held high. I want you to live